Hi everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from whenever you're calling in from or watching this recording from. Hope we had a fantastic weekend. I'm looking forward to a pleasant week this week. I am really looking forward to this week. If you look at my screen now, you can see why I feel so excited about what is coming this week. Look at so many red folders all over the place, news releases all over the place. Well, except for Monday, but from Tuesday, I think it's gonna be really bloody. This week we have FOMC and we also have the Brexit votes continuing this week. So guys, just be on the lookout. A number of speech here and there, conferences. It's just gonna be an amazing week. Card, USD, GBP. I'm really looking forward to those pairs this week. So if you're trading news directly, yes, you can take advantage of the opportunities that the market is going to offer. If you're trading the aftermath of the news as well, there's something for everyone in the room. So we have FOMC on Wednesday, the Parliament vote on Tuesday. On Thursday, we have a few news here, bank rate news here and there. Interest rates are good news releases as well. They give good impact in the market as well. Yeah, just be on the lookout. Just be on the lookout. Just factor that in as you're trading this week because I'm pretty sure. I definitely believe that we're gonna get some massive winnings this week. So let's just go straight to the chart and see what we have. Yeah, right now the pound kind of went back up. I didn't expect it to go back up right now, but it is still at a key level that I'm really expecting it to keep dropping. But if I remember, guys, I marked this what's it called, this flag here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna go all the way to that top, because that's gonna be, it's really, if that happened, then it really means that whatever it is, and the Brexit whatever was, the outcome would have been really really good, in my opinion. But who knows, anything can happen. Let me see. What's the it's a resistant level. It's a key resistant level as well. So it's not so bad. It's not like, let me see how many peeps that is, but I wouldn't expect it to go that far. But if it does, so it's all good as well. It's all good. It's all good. Let me see now. From here, I don't really want to trade the upside, to be honest, really, because anything can happen. We just go up and then shoot down. Let me see if we take a trade order from here. That's a lot, 300 pips. So I'm really looking for the downside, to be honest, really. So it's at a key level, a key supply level. So guys, if we're gonna trade this, I know I marked this flag here, but I'm not really confident about, especially looking at the way it's moving, it's choppy, so it may just push up all the way to that level. Have that red again. All the way to that level and then continue dropping. Or it may just push up all the way into that supply zone, like I said, and then we see, that will probably be our next double top, and then we'll start seeing that drop happen. But hey, anything can happen. It's not scientific. It can actually, let me bring that up so I can clear this. It can actually go all the way to that 1.3655, like we feel it might, which is the next resistant level after this ones. So just be on the lookout for that GBP USD. I particularly love this one. I'm still in the supply level as well. Double top is still here, but as you can see, if you can see what I'm seeing here, is all these wicks everywhere, indecision candles everywhere. So we're not sure what it's trying to do. It may just push up again into that, where is it now, push up into that top channel and then continue down. So a general expectation for this space for it to come down. So it may just push up. Brexit may just push it up a little bit, and then continue to the downside. Or again, like I said, anything can happen and then it pushes out. But if it pushes out of that level, guys, if it pushes out of that level, let me reduce that. You know that the next level, if it pushes out of this level, this is the next level. and that means there really has to be a strong reason for it to push all the way from here to that next resistance. Remember what news is. They use news to actually push the market to sometimes to key levels where it's supposed to go to, so that's what may basically happen. So if it pushes all the way from here, guys, that's almost 1,000 pips. Yeah, 1,000 pips. So I strongly doubt that's gonna happen. So, but just there's nothing that is impossible in the market, So just be on the lookout for that trade. So again, my bias is that this might just push a way out here back into the top if it's favorable, and then we're going to continue to see that coming down. Or if it decide to come down straight up, this is where we're at now. You already know this is where we're at now. So what we're expecting is for it to just do this. Where is my marker? So I was probably expecting something like this, to happen like it's happening, and then to the downside. So that's may happen. So what if I'm gonna trade this? I'll probably wait for price to break back, give me that bearish engulfing candle break back here, and then probably look for some form of pullback, and then I can do that, or do this, wait for that level. Remember that's the previous low that they created. That's this level here, previous low that they created, and wait for price to break that, come back and retest, and then continue. Or again, if you want to still be very, very safe, you want to be very safe, then look for price to come all the way down here, retest that, and then continue to the downside. So but for me, I'm gonna look for a trade somewhere around here. I would try to avoid buying this. I don't really expect it to push up that much. There's not much here. So what I may equally do is to look for a sell limit somewhere around here, and see what's going to happen. GBP NZD, I'm not really sure about this guy as well. So again, something like this may happen, push up just like we have seen in this in GBP AUD, and then come back to the downside. But if it breaks that, this even has good levels, so it may get there. If it breaks that, may get there, but I strongly doubt all of that's going to happen. I believe it's just probably going to push up a bit, and then continue to the downside. Why? Because I'm really looking at that channel, Yep, so that's GBP NZD. CAD Swiss franc. I wonder why this guy decided to do this to me. Although I have my stop loss somewhere around here, it hasn't hit yet. So I still expect this inverted head and shoulder to play out to eventually may just push up to the upside. So this is for CAD Chef. If you're not there yet, good place to look for trade. So let it come back up. If it comes back into, you can do two things to be on the safe side, to just obey the rules of inverted. Let it come back into these zones, come back into that zone, break back into it, and then you can look for your trade to the upside. You won't be missing anything if you let it come, all of that come. So but if you have the stomach for it, you can wait for it to come a bit, push. Let me drop this to the smaller time frame. Yeah. So if you have the stomach for it, in fact, I think you might even see what's it called here, a double bottom can like setup forming. Let me get this out. Come. So let me just let price come here, then break that that level, and then you can look for your trade. Yep. So that's your trade there. Well, I'm already in it, so I'm still in a drawdown now. It hasn't gotten to my stop loss, which was somewhere around here. So yep, see how it goes. Sorry. The US dollar index. I have two buyers about that. Remember what I said, guys? We saw it all the way when it was here. We knew it was coming down. Why did we feel that way? Because of this move, this thing here. We saw that trend. Price came there, bounced. When it got there, it dropped back. When it got there, so we believe that okay, it's a key level because look at it from way back here. It got there. Price got there, broke it, retested, and dropped. And when anytime it got to that level, it dropped. Got to that level. We just wanted a short win. I know for some people that may not be short, so but let's look at that as like 100 plus. May not be short for some people, but that's I know a lot of people that go for 200, 500 pips. So that's already happening. So that's already happening. So I'm believing that it might continue. it should continue. Yep, it should continue to the downside. Probably see something like this that already pulled back, and then you see it's already coming down. So may just come down straight up, or see some form of flag again just to push it back down. Or maybe probably do more flags, then see more downside. But I mean, what am I saying? Generally, I'm expecting it to come down, eventually all the way to this level, and then possibly from there we can see another bounce to the upside. Who knows? But we'll monitor it and see what it does. But you know how we trade it. Some of us don't trade the US dollar index directly. We use it as a guide to be able to trade the euro dollar. So right now we have to remarked it. I have two buyers, two mindset about euro dollar now. Based on that, the dollar index price may come all the way back to that top, you know, because of that. Remember what I said again, we'll be looking at the dollar index, top, drop, top, drop, top, drop. So it may come back to that top and then continue to drop to the downside, or it may come back into key structure, that massive, remember that structure we're looking at for that inverted that head and shoulder that eventually, that is causing all of this. It may come back into that and then continue to the downside. Let me show you what I mean. This one, remember we're looking at that head and shoulder, but price market makers decided to, they know a lot of people are really looking at this, so they are trying to manipulate it and do whatever they want with the right shoulder. Eventually it's going to push down. I believe it's going to push down, but they want to make sure that they gather as much um, losing trades from those of us that will be making a lot of mistakes with this trade, and then they're going to push it all the way down. So that's where this thing is going to eventually. It's going to keep, pushing and going up and down as they normally do. So right now, two biases. This may get to that level and then drop back, come back, and then probably shoot up and then continue to the downside, or may break it, give us that move, take us to the to structure, and then drop it. So, but either way, we're gonna trade them. If it breaks out of that, what's it called, on that channel, we're gonna look for trades as well. We're just not gonna depend on the wait for the downside to happen. Right now, it's here. Some of us already are in the trade, so just keep looking for your opportunity to buy. You can do something like this if you're not yet in the trade. This is the next level, next opportunity. So let all of this go, because there's no resistance. The only resistance you have is what is actually from, unless you want to really drop to your smaller down time frame. So you look for that move and then look for that move. Yep. So, but if you want to drop all the way down to your smaller time frame, then probably looking for, let me see, probably looking for something like this. So you already have this, it's going. So what you want to look for now is something like this. Look for, that's the previous high. This is the previous high. So look for price to come there, break that previous high, and then you can trade it to wherever you want your TP to be. But this is where it is at the moment. Remember how we trade? We always trade with we trade with channels, trend lines, and all of that. So that may happen, or price may just keep doing this and then shoot up to that level and then drop. Anything is possible in the market, but we're just gonna keep monitoring it. USD CAD. Personally, I don't even know what this guy is trying to do, but it still looks quite. If you look at it on the higher time frame, you see what it's doing. It looks like something that's going to push up eventually, because that impulse, that may be a pullback and then continue to the upside. So you may just see something like this. Price pushes back and then goes back into that place that we're expecting it to get to. But again, if you drop down to your smaller time frame, you could see this as a, price went up, then it refused to go back and then broke structure. Now broke it, came back, retested it, which means it may continue to the downside. So because of that uncertainty, I decided to ignore all of this. Yep, decided to ignore that and then I'm going to be looking for a trade when price comes back into this. I'm going to be looking for a trade there. Then I ignore this, like I said, and let price come all the way back here and then into this. The reason why I win most of my trades is because I've learned to allow trades that are on certain go. If I'm not sure about the trade, I don't try to put my money there. Let it go. It doesn't matter there. The other trades that you can, opportunities that are available that you can take. It may look good looking at it, but then it may not be very um it may not eventually play out. So if it has any form of uncertainty, just ignore it, unless it comes into the level where you can be sure that it's gonna be a winning trade. Yep. So that may happen. I decided to draw this for some people that may want to scalp it as well. So you can let price come back into that level, because as a previous low, let price come into previous low, retest that, and then you can take a few, I think it's about 20 pips or 30 pips down there. And then if it continues to the downside, you probably will have entered early. You just let it keep coming. No, but generally looking at it on the higher time frame, it just looks like it's that a massive impulse to the upside seems like a pullback, and then something that may continue to the upside. So who knows? Just be on the lookout. I'm just gonna drag this out. It's a give it expression. So who knows? Just monitor it. Trade price action. The reason why we were trading that was because of this inverted head and shoulder that we felt was forming, and it did play out because some of us we took the trade somewhere around here, and and then all of that happened. So it's all good. It's all good. So yep, that's USD CAD. And again, if we're looking at it from the perspective of this dollar as well, so if dollar is dropping, it might be affecting USD CAD as well, but not generally true. It's not scientific. Again, remember, CAD is involved. CAD is also a strong currency, and CAD moves as well. So you also have to put that into consideration. So USD chef, remember we're looking at that double top. Some of us were looking at that double top for price to continue to the downside. So yep, it pushed up to the upside. We didn't expect that to happen, but yes, it happened, and now it's dropping again. So we're looking for. We did draw this thing out here. I think I'm in this one as well. We're looking for price to continue after it broke out of that small channel, that what they call the small consolidation. After I broke out of it, let me see if I can get this. Yep. So you see what happened. Now, for some of us, you see, this market doesn't respect anyone. It doesn't mean because you have drawn the chart, it's going to play out the way you drew it. It's going to do whatever it's going to do. The market is empty. It gives you these candles, but you're going to try to see what you're going to try to see. But sometimes it won't work out. But you can't say because it doesn't work out, you stop trying. Now I saw this, breakout. I'm like, oh, fine, it's going to break out and retest and then drop. What happened? It broke out, came back into it, and then pushed up. So my stop loss was here. Guess what? I would have lost that trade. But if I now decided, okay, I lost that trade, I'm not trading again. Now look at opportunity, came all the way from there. But if I was bold enough to say, okay, I'm just gonna take another risk and then take a trade from the top of the channel, guys, look at what I would have won. I would have won, gotten back what I've lost here, and then even gotten more profit because of that move. Because it went all the way from here down here. You see? So that's why you can't afford to say, okay, I lost that trade. I'm just gonna move, just not trade again and everything. Just see if you can find another opportunity, especially if you had a conviction that this was gonna go one way. Yep. So look at that. Now, another thing, if you didn't take it from the top here, you probably decide, okay, I'm going to take it from the bottom here. I'm going to look for another opportunity if it breaks out. And he did break out. It's the same thing that didn't happen here, that didn't play out here, played out here. Price broke out, retested, and then continued to the downside. See what I mean? It came out, it did it twice because it broke out, came that, and then did that, and then pushed up and then dropped. And now it's dropping. It's dropping. So opportunities that bias is that they may continue to the downside, and then so if you're not in it already, I would say wait for it. Might want to wait for it to come here, or again look for that level. But it's just if you put that level in place, it will be too close to the support. So I would say you can either wait for it to come back there. I would really suggest you wait for it to come back. I don't know how many pips this would be from here. How many pips from here is not really strong. See, just about 20 pips, 30 pips. So it's easy. I mean, you can actually wait for it. So let me see if that happens. Then if you really want to take it, then wait for it to break that level, retest, and then you can scalp it down there. Yep, you can just enter the trade at that level, and then you can start looking for opportunities to just keep trading it to the downside. So my bias for this one is for price to continue down, just as the USD index is continuing to the downside. That's not to say that it's scientific that's going to happen like that, because Swiss franc is there as well. So if Swiss franc decide to become um so weak, then decides to drop and drops faster than the dollar, I know this is going to push up. Yep, because Swiss franc is involved. NZD card. Now this has been a nightmare, because we have really been waiting for, because guys, look at it from the upside, the higher time frame. Look at that. We were waiting for that move. Look at that. Imagine that happened as we expected, without this delay, that would have been a massive win for us. Some of us entered at this point. I entered this trade at this point. It took me down here, and then all of a sudden I couldn't find something else to trade after I got out, because it's not broken away from that level. Just keep going going sideways. So from that level to this level, like been 800, 900 pips. If it played out normally, so you see how it is. You don't always know what price is gonna do. Price is gonna play the game, but then it's gonna take time to give you what you want, because just as you're trying to make money, other people are trying to make money off your losses. Yep. So that's what you have to understand. So now we know that it's gonna come down, but it's going to take its time. It's going to take gather as much stop losses as possible along its path. Now, this is where it is at. It is at the support, at the at the top of the channel again. So for me, where will I look for this trade? I'm going to wait for this thing to break back into that level, so I continue. I'm not looking for the upside on this trade. I'm not looking for the upside, except maybe for some strange reason this just pushes up. Let me see what will make me look for trade on the upside on this thing. Yeah, if this breaks out of this channel with a massive push to the upside, then I can say, okay, maybe there's a possibility that this may continue retest, and then yep, I may even decide to wait all of this out till it gets to this level, just to avoid false breakout, and then trade all of that. But if you look at it now, you can see indecision on top, decision down there. So it's we have to be careful as we trade this, but I'm more biased to the downside for this guy here. So I'm going to wait for my trade at this level. Let's see that on the smaller time frame. So I'm going to wait for my trade at this level. It's really clear. I'm not going to bother myself about all of this. This is where I'm looking for my trade. So NZD card yen. Now, card yen, one will look at this and say, yes, fantastic, break, retest, drop. But again, you have to factor in the fact that a lot of other elements are in place. If card is strengthening, then it means this is going to continue push into the upside. Yep. So that's one thing you have to factor in as well. I know price action, if you're looking at price action, it feels that this is a drop, it's a retest, and then this will continue to the downside. But that said, that may happen, but it's just to monitor it. This is where we're at the moment. Broke, tested, so it seems like it's coming down. So good, no worries at all. You can look for, what's it called now? You can put your what's it called? Your line there, trend line there, and wait for price to come back into it. If it continues to the downside, then we're good to go. So just let it come, but then be sure to be looking for your profits around these areas, your TPs around all of these areas, because anything can happen. It may just turn back. So that could be your first TP, second TP, but that's if it's coming down. But if it then coming down, then you know that what you're going to be waiting for is for price to break back up. So you probably ignore all of that, or you can let price break back into that, retest that level, trade there, or ignore all of that, let price come here to clear that level for you, just like following this thing that the trend line that I put here. So break out of that level altogether, and then come back into it, and then you can start looking for your trade to the upside. So that's for card yen. Aussie yen. Aussie yen, you guys remember I talked about this pair that okay, two things is possible. If price doesn't bounce off at this level, then it's gonna keep coming down. So right now struggling, and see it's getting choppy, it's getting slower. So I'm expecting this to bounce anytime soon. But that said, I'll still have my buy limit here. So if it comes into it, you know why we're looking at this, look at it at the higher on the higher time frame. Look at that. See, let me see on the monthly. See at the level, it's a key support level. So price came into it, bounce, came into it, bounce, came into it, bounce. So we're waiting, you know, anything it may just push back into it before bouncing. It is at the demand zone. So it may just keep bouncing to the upside, you know, or I expect it to keep bouncing to the upside. Yep. So my buy limit is here. Now, if for some strange reason it doesn't continue down, well, not strange reason because it's like as I said, it's slowing down. It may just push up from there. But I'll be looking for my trade around here. So if I can get an early entry here, that'll be awesome. But I will not stay in it and you know, forget about it. I'm going to look for my TP around here, probably move my stop loss in, you know, to see what price is going to do. I don't mind getting to 100 pips or something, and then price brings comes down to 20. You know, the whole idea is to make sure that you look for opportunity to win bigger. You know, there are some trades that you just want to take, enter, and then get 80 pips, 100 pips, and get out. There are some trades that you're looking for 200 pips. So even though price gets to 100, you may just say, okay, I'm going to risk that, and then because why? Because you probably got you got a good entry, a brilliant entry. So sometimes price may not altogether come back into your entry before pushing up. Like for instance, if you got um let me see if I can what example I can use to buttress that point. Let's say you got an entry at this point. From here, you got an entry at this 1.023 so through 0 to 30 or something. Let's say you got an entry from there. Price pushes up all the way to somewhere around here, and then continues down. Now, I won't be so vexed if price comes all the way down here and then probably comes all the way back to 10 pips, my 10 pips stop loss that I moved into profit, you know, or even takes me out in profit. I won't be so pissed because of two things. Now, I'm given an opportunity because it may push even lower, which gives me an opportunity to enter the trade again. You know, second one is the fact that I'm out of the trade in profit. Now, because I'm at the bottom, it means I have a higher possibility of winning this trade. I mean, getting bigger wins. Because if I took that trade at that level and it pushes all the way up to that level, that's 1,000 plus pips. So there are some trades like that you want to enter, and then even though it takes you're expecting 500 or 1,000 pips, and it's giving you 200 pips. You know, you sometimes decide I'm not going to take my TP. I'm not going to do because you're looking at it as a swing trade, as a long-term trades. Swing trades are not supposed to happen in a day, 2 days. Swing trades, you can have a swing trade that runs for months. You know, it goes all the way to 500, comes back to 100 or to 20, then it pushes up again, another 600. It happens like that. It's just like business anyway. You know, sometimes you may get losses, sometimes I get winnings. At the end of the day, if you're consistent, if you maintain the momentum, eventually you're going to come out strong. So sometimes it happens like that. So don't feel bad when you're I know we talked about it if you last week or thereabout. Don't feel bad when that happens. It's part of the, unless of course you had no plans of swinging that trade. If you had no plans of swinging that trade, that is not wise for you to stay in the trade and then it comes back and takes you out. You know, must always have a goal before you take a trade. What am I willing to lose? Where am I going to? Why did I enter the trade? So those are the things that I'm really looking. I want us to put into consideration every time we take a trade. So this one, I have my buy limit here, waiting for it. But if that doesn't come all the way back, I'm going to look for my trade somewhere around here or somewhere around here. Okay, AUD USD, another example of what I'm talking about. God getting a trade from the bottom of a swing or whatever. If you got a trade from this level and it pushed up to that level, look at it came all the way back. You know, you don't feel bad because this is where you're eventually going to. You know, this is where you're eventually going to. This is where you believe the thing is going to get to. So even though it comes back and takes you out 10 pips winning, it's absolutely fine. It means that you still have chance of getting into that trade. Don't ignore it. Look for another opportunity to enter the trade again. At least you got out in profit. Yep. So look for an opportunity to enter the trade again. So for this one like this, now we're looking for is to continue to push to the upside. So if you're not already in it, if you're not yet in it with us, some of us that are already in it, you can look for the trade at this level. You know how we do. Look for the trade at this level because that has pushed up, it's created a high, which is good. So that is what we're going to be doing, looking for price to break above that, then come back into it, excuse me, break above that, come back into it, and then we'll continue to the upside. That doesn't mean it's going to keep going. It's not going to stop. It may just do that, come back, and then get to that level and then drop. That's possible. It's very, very possible. So you have to decide what you want to do. If you want to TP at this level and then look for opportunity, if it breaks above that, and then you can look for another opportunity to buy again. TP around here, look for another opportunity to buy again. So that may happen. Again, you will never know what price is going to do. So never have regrets. Never have regrets. Just know what you're doing as you're entering into the market. Swiss franc, yen. This is another one. I don't know if I understand what this guy is trying to do. We're looking for this to come here, push up, and then what happened? Drop all the way down here. But it's fine, no problem. We look for another opportunity to trade, and then we thought, okay, if it gets here, it's going to bounce. What happened? It dropped. Okay, we felt if it drops, it's going to come back, retest, and then drop. What happened? It pushed up. It's crazy, So, but we can't stop trading it because it's a trade as well. It gives opportunity. We've seen a few trades for a few Swiss franc yen trades as well. So so always constantly looking for opportunity or looking for what to trade. So I saw this as well. So this might be a good head and shoulder. Why? Because price dropped, came back into that structure, although it didn't touch it. But who knows? Could just that may just be the end of that move to the upside for it to continue down. So I'm looking for that trade to come down to that level to complete that inverted head and shoulder, shoulder, and then retest that level, and then bringing it back down. So that may be our trade this week. Again, we have Chef Swiss franc news this week as well. So just be on the lookout for that. I think I'm gonna stop there. All these ones, just the same things with what we were looking for last week. Let's just see what the Brexit votes does. And this is all messed up. I'm not even gonna touch this one for now. So again, it may push up, break that, and then go to the upside, or then reject and then continue down. But I'm not gonna touch GBP card or this one at all. I know we were looking for that had a double button to push to the upside, but the way Brexit is happening, I don't really want to deal with price action on this Swiss franc. But my main concern are these two because they are in a good place for. Sorry, did I say that too? Is this one? Okay, my main concern is this two, GA and GU. Okay, guys. One more thing before I go. Sorry. Oil. Now, oil is in a good place. This is where we're at. Break, retest, and then upside. It may just get to that 61 minute. Who knows? It may get all the way down up to that $66 that we're looking at. To complete that inverted head and shoulder, or it may just turn from this level, that $61. There's a break and retest. So I'm trading and I'm still in it. I'm still looking for opportunity. It's so funny because I actually got that trade. I entered this trade at this level. I think I entered at this level or something. I can't remember. Was it at this level? I think I entered at this level, and then it pushed up and something happened. I think it came back down and took me out, and then pushed up. I forgot about it, and then before I knew it was already going up. So I got some late entry, but it's not still bad. So if you're in it, then that would be, this is where we're at the moment. So price may keep pushing up. If that doesn't happen and it pushes down, then it means it's gonna take. I have two entries here, so that may just happen and then continue down here, then before pushing up, or continue down here, push down here again, and then so that may happen. But for some of us that are still hopeful, you have your what's it called now? Your stop loss moved into profit just in case anything happens. Yep. So by that level, it may get to that $66, or it may just fall short and then continue dropping again. You know, yeah, but looks good, because if you look at this, look at that impulse down, and then look at that move, that may just be a bearish flag forming for price to continue to the downside. Who knows? So, anyways, thank you for listening in. I would see you guys on the other side.